together, so I start.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Washington Commanders and the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday night primetime.
Oh, the cold weather certainly helping set the stage for what should be a physical primetime contest at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Oh, secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
Ready to get us started here, Riley Patterson. And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Now Wilson. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Wilson. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Play action. Now Wilson. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. Brings up 2nd and 5. To throw is Wilson. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. going straight ahead. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Well, that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Harris is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Steelers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, that's a solid opening drive, and nothing fancy there at the end, just pounded in.
That felt like old school football, didn't it? All right, down at the goal line, and not only were they able to punch it in, as you just emphasized, they did it against a goal line defense that's stacked to stop the run. So if you're on that offensive side of the ball, you feel great about yourself right now. You're actually able to dominate a group that expected you to run the ball and still punched it in.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
To throw on 2nd down, Daniels. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the return will stop right around the 25. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. Now a first down carry for Harris. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality and pound the rock.
Here's Wilson. Incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart and not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range, no sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
A 36-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line as they've got it as we resume action. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack.
He saw the pressure and he got out, but he never got upfield. And the defense, they took full advantage of a rookie mistake there. They were able to add a big loss on the sack.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Operating from the gun. Daniels. Complete. It's Dodson. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Daniels. That one behind his receiver and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Wilson. incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Cleveland Farrell drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Taken from just outside the 30. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. This is swung out to Eckler. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
Looking to throw. Daniels. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Daniels. That one caught by the tight end Bates. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They got to get going.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Here's Wilson to throw. Complete to Austin here over the middle. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now it's Wilson. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the 2nd half of this contest.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Wilson. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. That's caught downfield by Pickens. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Setting up the screen, Harris. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So 2nd and 4 from the 22. Again, he'll drop to throw. And a completion to Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
At the Commanders' 19-yard line.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Now a toss, running left, Eckler. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Daniels. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 12 and a command.
Well, that's the kind of play that was lacking all the way through the first half. Maybe this can give them a little bit of a spark because they're not out of this game by any stretch.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that they're very... got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
They go play action here on 1st down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Keanu Bitten, the one who got in to bury him. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process. I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
The terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. That's complete to McCaffrey. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And the deficit will hold pat at 13.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. That's going to be caught by Pickens. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Here's Fields. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Fields. On the move past the 40. And he will have a Steelers first down, and he was able to get it by play. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Fields throw brought in by Austin. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 31-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 2. On play action, Fields. Got a man here, it's Wilson. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. 31 yards. And the Steelers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the 2nd half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. They're going to run it with Harris. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Back now in Pittsburgh. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4. It's Eckler again. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Steps away to his left. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Steelers' 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Back to throw. Daniels. This pass hauled in by Dodson. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Washington first down.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Throwing on 1st down. Daniels. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Dodson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Commanders are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he is going to have a Steeler first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it. And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll try the right side with Harris. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
a successful field goal try. Here's Boswell to send it away. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
At their own 22-yard line.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
This offense has had its troubles moving the ball all night. So now you get in this situation, hard to imagine that suddenly they're going to start clicking and moving the ball downfield.
Here comes 2nd down. Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Daniels. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.